I'm going to talk to you a bit about ResearchGate, which is a social networking tool for researchers, and a number of reasons why I think it's an effective tool that you should consider using if you're a serious researcher. Now, the first thing you'd want to do with ResearchGate is publish your articles. You want to disseminate your research. You want people to know it's out there and you want people to read it. You actually click on your face or the icon that you've used to identify yourself, and then you add your articles. And it works really quite well, and it allows people to see your information, comment on it, give you feedback, and to follow you. The second reason I think it's useful is this little search box here where you can actually search for researchers. So those researchers who do put themselves on ResearchGate are searchable. And if you've read an article that's particularly interesting or valuable, you can search that researcher up. You can start to follow the researcher if you'd like. You could also ask the researcher questions about their papers, and you could collaborate with them. You can find people in your area, people that you may never have known about, and start working with them. For me, I'm starting to use it actually to find experts in the field. There are so many people in my field, but you can start to look at the people that produce a lot of research and have an impact. So I think that's a great use for this tool as well. The other interesting feature is you can actually search for questions in areas that you're interested in and interact with researchers. And as I said, you can always ask them questions, but you can engage in a dialogue. And I've had a number of these, and they work quite well. And you do find interesting perspectives and interesting information that you may not have been aware of. Of course, you can always ask questions. So if I click on questions here, I can enter a simple question, and then it allows me to add some more details. I can target that question to a group of people if I'd like, or the larger community, and I can get some interesting answers. And I find that actually is a really valuable tool, particularly if you're stuck. You know, those does anyone know about information on something questions. They can be very useful. I can also use ResearchGate to maximize my digital identity or presence as a researcher. Now, again, if I click on my face and then go to Info, I can list my skills and experience, the topics I'm interested in, and by the way, that allows information to be sent to me on those topics, my research experience, my education, and contact information. Now, there is a search feature here that allows me to search for publications, and I have a library database that I think is probably a little more thorough, although I might come up with some current publications that isn't in that library database. But more importantly, once I list my skills and topic areas and I select some followers, publications are actually sent to me. So if I click on publications here, there's a list of articles that I may be interested in. And so it's nice to be fed articles and sent articles as well. The final feature, which I find particularly interesting, is citations. So again, if I click on my icon here and then click on contributions, I can look at the publications and the types that I have published, but there is a feature here called citations. And if I click on citations, I can see the articles. I can see who's cited my paper. I can click on see more, and then I can start to go through these and maybe find researchers that I might like to follow or collaborate with. So it allows you, I knew my papers were cited, but I didn't know by how many people and by whom. That would be very hard information to find out normally. ResearchGate makes it easy. So those are some of the reasons why ResearchGate is a pretty powerful tool for researchers.